It's the sound of the final touches to a new home. A miter saw to some, but it's the application of trim and baseboards on the way. But like this rare find in wallpaper, are homes in San Angelo that stay on the housing market. 37 days was the average amount a home was on the market in 2020. As for new homes, well, it seems they can't build them fast enough, as Ryan Newland, broker and owner of Newland ERA & Company, explains.
Any new home that gets built in San Angelo generally will sell before it's completed.
A seller's market during a housing shortage is what we're experiencing in San Angelo. Kristen Oliver, executive officer of the San Angelo Home Builders Association, sheds light on what was said about this 2 years ago and the effects of a continued shortage.
As a housing study showed back in 2019, they foresaw a demand of nearly 3,700 homes that we would need in the next 2 years. And they were right. Apartment occupancy was at 98%. It's been at 98%. And so there's been a huge need to bring in, because we really can't bring in any new industries and businesses if we don't have any place to house these people.
Like everywhere else in America, new homes equals growth of an area. But at this point, it's the price of materials that are making it difficult.
We don't see as many starts. The lumber prices have fluctuated, so there's not as many new home starts.
It's hard for me to acquire materials. Lumber prices year over year, March to March, have gone up 180%.
A year ago, someone would ask, well, what's a house cost per foot? I'd say 150 to 60 a foot. Now I tell people it's 175 to 185 a foot.
According to reports, the cost of lumber is making its presence felt and could mean an additional $24,000 to build a new home. As for how this shortage started in the first place and what's being done to fix it,
it's such a complex issue because we have the shutdowns that they had, especially up north. This is where the sawmills are. And so the production has gone down, but they've also saw that they were able to increase the price. So they're making a lot more money, and not working. And so, but I know the National Association of Home Builders has really been talking to the White House, trying to get them to make some concessions, trying to get some relief for the market. And because if we don't do something now, if it continues to skyrocket, it's going to put the housing market at a standstill. A
lot of the products that we deal with are manufactured products. So if we can get those people back to work, get the supply chain filled back up, I think we'll get the ship right and we get back on to business as usual, hopefully.
Newly built homes in a neighborhood or community means progress. In this thriving housing market, the question now becomes, where will land be developed for new homes? In the city of San Angelo or neighboring communities?
We're reaching a point where there's no more available lots to build on. And so that's something that we're working with the city. We're working with the ETJ and maybe expanding that, and so we can expand that. But with that becomes costs of water, sewer, and those infrastructure costs are not cheap.
As a developer, I'll just tell you, it's easier to develop out in the country because the roads don't cost as much. You don't have to do all the curbs and things that you have to do in the city.
New homes are selling extremely well. Every home is selling well right now. So we need new land to get developed. We need the builders to continue to build.
For San Angelo Live, I'm Manny Diaz.